A bee from Mount Hymettus, the queen of the hive, ascended to Olympus to present Jupiter some honey, fresh from her combs. Jupiter, delighted with the offering of honey, promised to give whatever she should ask. She therefore besought him, saying, "Give me, I pray thee, a sting, that if any mortal shall approach to take my honey, I may kill him." Jupiter was much displeased, for he loved the race of man, but could not refuse the request because of his promise. He thus answered the bee, "You shall have your request, but it will be at the peril of your own life. For if you use your sting, it shall remain in the wound you make, and then you will die from the loss of it. Evil wishes, like chickens, come home to roost." Oh man, I told you, these fables aren't just for children. Listen. You are now listening to Giami Journey Radio. This is a Heart of a Symbol production. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigms. About the reverb coming back through the mic. So now I got my headphones on. We're going to do this right. Now, this is one of those type of stories where I don't have to do another show because it's so full of lessons in itself. You know what I'm saying? So we'll have to blow that one up. Listen. Here we go. Alright, now let's get with it. So now we got a bee that brings a gift, and a promise is made, and the promise that is made to this bee is that I will give you any wish. This honey is so good, and this bee wishes for something to do somebody else harm. And in doing somebody else harm, the wish comes back to do some harm to an individual. And this is a lesson in itself, because a lot of us, we be having these wishes, we be having these dreams, but the dreams is not for our benefit, but for somebody else's downfall. You know, we disguise it like to be disguised. I want to protect my honey. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like man being able to get in and take it. So it was more about getting man, you know what I'm saying, rather than handling their business. I mean, it's a multitude of other things that could have been wished for, but we got this bee focusing on someone else, focusing on something else, rather than focusing on improving its skills or the skills of its hive or the skills of its kind. And many of us, we in this situation. Our wishes involve other people's downfalls. Our wishes involves taking from others rather than being able to do something better ourselves, so that we can not only benefit from it, but have the world benefit from it. You know what I'm saying? There's 1,000 different wishes that this bee could have asked for, but this bee asked to be able to kill something else, to stop something else. You know what I'm saying? Now, the lesson in this is, one, be careful what you wish for, but evil wishes always come home to roost. Now, that is a familiar term to a lot of people who have studied Malcolm X, because this very term, chickens coming home to roost, was in a sense the final step for him to be removed from the nation, to cause a rift between him and the nation. You know, and he said, I'm an old farmer's boy. Chickens coming home to roost never made me sad. You know what I'm saying? And the lesson in that is that what we throw out in the world often returns to us. There's no way that we can avoid that. There's this thing called reciprocity. It's always going to come back upon us. So we have to be careful, not only in the wishes that we have. See, And I'm thinking the Aesop focused on the wishes because in ancient mystery systems, the first thing that we was taught to learn to control was our thoughts. And our thoughts not only shape our world, they shape our reality. And when we are wishing for someone's downfall, when we are taking our time and we're taking our spiritual and our mental energy to shape the reality of somebody else's downfall rather than our coming up, you know what I'm saying? Rather than us becoming better. You know what I'm saying? We're robbing ourselves. And in a sense, we end up getting our wish. But just like the bee, the bee's wish was to get a stinger. But not realizing that getting that stinger requires a part of itself. So once you get your wish, a part of you is pulled out and you die. Or at least a portion of you die. The same thing with our actions. We want to do actions, but we don't want to face the consequences of the actions. You know what I'm saying? We got to be mature enough. We got to be wise enough. We got to be skillful enough to invest our time in not the demise of someone else, but the improvement of ourselves, the betterment of our skills. You know what I'm saying? The coming together of our kind. You know what I'm saying? Rather than worrying about somebody else descending. You know what I'm saying? The bee could have wished for the ability to produce twice as much honey. You know what I'm saying? The bee could have wished to build their hives in inaccessible places. The bees could have asked for its own dimension, but rather than asking for these things, what it asked for was the ability to kill someone that just wanted to partake in this sweetness. You know, and many of us are like that. You know, but this is Brother Hatim. This is Folk Tales for Grown Folks. Now, I'm really interested in what you think about this story. You know, this is just one of my takes. This is a take after reading it after 5 minutes. I haven't really sat down and looked at the story. You know, but I'm putting it out there so that you know that there is wisdom in our ancestors' words. There's wisdom in their folk tales. There's wisdom in their myths. And you have to take the time to get out there and start mining it. And this was a proverb. I mean, this is a fable that is so powerful that I didn't even need to do another show because there's so many different lessons. And I'm waiting to hear from some of y'all about your take on this particular folktale. I mean, how does it relate to politics today? You know what I'm saying? I mean, because we can look at politics and we can see this fable coming back at us. You know, we wanted to take over a certain country. We formed a military, and now that military has turned on us. You know, sound familiar, doesn't it? You know what I'm saying? We can look at 1,000 different situations, but I want to hear what you think about it. This is Brother Hatim.
You are now listening to Giami Journey Radio. This is a Heart of a Symbol production. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigms.
Remember, this is Folk Tales for Grown Folks. Check me out next Tuesday. Also, we'll be hooking back up on Thursdays for Thunderous Thursday. So with that, I'm out.